As discussed in the last video about mindset, there are two main types of mindsets, fixed and growth. With a fixed mindset, you might think your abilities are unchangeable, but with a growth mindset, you believe you can improve and grow. That's where the magic happens. So, how do you know what your current mindset is? It is all about self-reflection. Do you shy away from challenges or do you embrace them? When you fail, do you give up or do you see it as a learning opportunity? These questions can reveal a lot about your current mindset. Now let's dive into the steps to change your mindset. First and foremost, begin each day with a smile. It may sound a tad cliche, but believe it or not, smiling can actually trick your brain into feeling happier. There are so many studies that can be found about this simple smiling trick, and all of them conclude the same thing. It works. The science behind this is basically this one. When you smile, even if it's forced, your brain releases neurotransmitters such as dopamine, endorphins, and serotonin. These are referred to as feel-good hormones. They help to relax the body, lower stress levels, and make you feel happier. Essentially, the physical act of smiling sends a message to your brain that you're happy, and it forces it to act accordingly. That is a practical example of where the saying, "fake it till you make it," can be applied. Obviously, this is not something that will change your life overnight, but it's a small trick you can do to get your brain and body into a positive state to start the day. And the more you do it, the more natural it will feel over time. Step number 2, get to know yourself better. Developing self-awareness is crucially important in changing your mindset, as it helps you understand where you are right now. It's like shining a friendly flashlight into the corners of your mind. You get to see your patterns, your automatic thoughts, your reactions, and your habits. Knowing these is super important because just like on a road trip, if you don't know your starting point, how will you plan your journey to the destination? But how do you develop self-awareness? Begin by paying close attention to your thoughts. Research in neuroscience reveals that practicing mindfulness can actually alter the brain's physical structure, improving regions related to alertness, focus, and making choices. Whenever you notice yourself slipping into a fixed mindset, take a moment to recognize it. Jot it down in a diary and meticulously record your thoughts, emotions, and responses. Doing so can help you create a sort of blueprint of your mental patterns. This is a process that needs persistence and usually a bit of time to bring results, but when it does, be sure no thoughts or emotions will pass unnoticed, and that will bring much more control of your mind. Step 3, be your own cheerleader. Imagine your mind as a vibrant, bustling city. Thoughts are like the citizens of this city, coming and going, each with their own purpose and character. Now picture that sometimes, among these thoughts, a little gremlin sneaks in. This gremlin is a negative thought. It might whisper things like, "You can't do this," or "You're not good enough." These thoughts can be sneaky and persistent, trying to make a home in your mind. Instead of letting this gremlin set up camp, you kindly but firmly guide it to the exit. Now this is the important part. Whenever a negative thought comes in, replace it with a positive one. Replace, "I can't do this" with, "I am learning and improving every day." Swap, "I'm not good enough" with, "I am worthy and capable." The reason behind this is that the subconscious mind doesn't have the ability to filter out thoughts. So, it's up to the conscious part of your brain to take on this task. This is incredibly important because once a thought bypasses the conscious mind and takes root in the subconscious, it begins to influence our emotions and feelings. Consequently, that will strengthen the negative thoughts you have allowed in by associating them with a feeling. So it is very important to consciously reject negative thoughts so that they don't determine your mood, mindset, and results at a later instant. Step number 4, celebrate tiny victories. Start with the moment your alarm clock rings. When you decide to get out of bed instead of hitting snooze, you're ticking off the first victory of the day. It's a small act, but it sets a positive tone for what's to come. Think about that task you've been dreading or putting off. Maybe it's a pile of paperwork, a phone call you've been avoiding, or a small household chore. When you finally tackle it, it's more than just completing a task. It's proof you can overcome procrastination or reluctance. Celebrating these little wins has a ripple effect. Firstly, it boosts your mood and self-esteem. Each time you recognize a small accomplishment, you're telling yourself, "I can do this." It's a pat on the back, an acknowledgement of your efforts and resilience. Then, these small victories build momentum. Just like a snowball rolling downhill, every tiny win adds to your confidence and motivation, making it easier to tackle bigger challenges. So, try not to neglect these kinds of victories, even if they're small. They're more important than you'd think for changing the mindset. Step number 5, surround yourself with growth-oriented people. When you hang out with people who embrace challenges and who are always curious and ready to learn something new, their energy is contagious. It's like being in a room filled with laughter. You can't help but join in. Their upbeat attitude, their resilience in the face of obstacles, and their constant quest for improvement can inspire you to adopt the same approach in your life. They show you, through their actions and perspectives, that growth is not just possible, but also exciting and fulfilling. The power of association really works this way. A study by Rosenthal and Jacobson, 1968, also known as the Pygmalion effect, showed that high expectations lead to improved performance in a given area. This effect can be seen in social settings too. Being around growth-oriented, positive people can lead to higher self-expectations and improved performance, so choose the people you spend time with very carefully, as they do have a big influence on how you perceive things in general. In wrapping up, reshaping your mindset isn't a one-time deal. It's an ongoing journey. Starting with a smile, understanding yourself, cheering on your achievements, and surrounding yourself with those who lift you higher are crucial steps. Remember, every day presents an opportunity to inch closer to a growth mindset. Your thoughts hold power and you have control over them. Choose them wisely, celebrate your progress, and know that the company you keep can either be a stepping stone or a stumbling block. Keep growing, keep learning, and keep shining. I hope you found this video helpful, guys, and if you did, please subscribe, give us a big like, and share the video so we can help more people reach their full potential. Thank you very much for watching. It truly inspires us to produce more and positively influence more people like you. See you next time.